Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. It is finally draft week. We've been grinding mock drafts, position ranks, the film on the prospects. A couple more days, fellas. We're taking a look at a 2022 NFL mock draft for the Buffalo Bills. We got Chris Wittig in the house, a massive Buffalo Bills fan. Not many people know more about the Buffalo Bills than Chris Wittig. All three of our teams. Wittig, how are you doing today?
Doing well, boys. Glad to be on. Thanks for having me, and happy to get this process started off for us on our Super Bowl or bust season.
Yes, it's legitimately Super Bowl or bust this team when you look at the roster. It's so complete. Besides missing one piece, we're going to start this draft going. It's got to be cornerback, fellas, at 25. It has to be. My take is a Trent McDuffie. He goes 11 to the Commanders. So not him. Andrew Booth is also off the board. I mean, the Bill and Kyer Elon's off the board. We just got murdered.
This is like the one situation where I would hit pause on cornerback. I still think you have to go, but if our top three are off the board, I just don't.
That's actually a vicious draft so far.
Yeah, that would be tough. I personally don't see all three, like Booth, McDuffie, and Elon, coming off the board before 25. But if it is, we just got to go back to the big board.
You just wait for probably Emerson or McCrary even. He seems like he's fine.
I like Roger McCrary in the second round. Where are we going here if we're not taking cornerback? Obviously, Linderbaum's a sick prospect. I love Linderbaum. Dill, I know you like Bernie Ryman. What are the feels, boys?
Not Bernie. We need win now.
I think this would be one of the worst case scenarios for the Bills if this were to happen. I would honestly even consider a trade back in this situation.
I actually don't hate that. I don't hate that. Let's see who's offering. The Packers, the Texans. I know the Texans have a couple picks. Let's trade back.
And our O-line, sure, you could grab some O-line depth, but it's not in horrible, shape right now.
Let's try to grab 40 and 41.
Capital.
40 and 41 from the Seahawks for 25. Maybe a round 2 from Seattle. Not going to take it. All right, I guess we got to draft.
You need the next year's round 2, but
we got to draft. Linderbaum, man.
That's that'd be such a bad. I mean, I wouldn't even hate Linderbaum just because I think he's incredible. I think he'll be good somewhere.
Yeah, I'm all right with Linderbaum. Wittig?
Best available. I think you have to do
best available.
Trade him back.
I mean, Mitch Morse is getting up there in age. I hate the idea of not picking to win a Super Bowl this year.
No, he can play guard, and he'll be really good at one of the guard spots, which we weren't great at last year. So
if Cody Ford gets a snap this season, I'm gonna have some
I'll try. I can't believe
it. Yeah.
He single-handedly lost games.
Roger McCrary just went too.
Is Emerson on the board?
You got Marcus Jones, Tariq Woolen.
I actually love Cam Taylor-Britt. I think he's ready to rock and roll.
Emerson.
Yeah, I don't know why you dislike him, but he is.
Yeah, he is on the board. I like Marcus Jones a lot too in the slot. I think he's just an absolute playmaker.
Yeah, but we have the slot locked up.
Yeah. Tariq Woolen's a project. That's my only problem with taking him now.
Just take Cam Taylor-Britt. He was awesome. Michigan couldn't get open on him.
You want to take Cam Taylor-Britt?
Yeah, I guess you could just take Emerson in the third round, honestly. Just roll the dice.
Are we thinking linebacker with Tremaine Edmonds maybe out the door?
I would say if we take corner in the first round, linebacker's got to be a solid option in second round. I'm also not anti-looking running back if we get a corner in the first round. It can't be an option if we don't take corner. But you think about Zach Moss, you watch that game against the Patriots in the Win Bowl, he just doesn't have vision. He doesn't have vision, and vision is really something that's hard to teach a third-year back. Like, I just am kind of on the give up on Zach Moss project. Let Singletary get carries, but I would not be opposed to bringing in a Breece Hall or Kenneth Walker if they were to slip or even trade up a little to grab them. You can't do it in this type of situation, and I know you don't necessarily agree, Jay, but those are some beasts that would give us upside over Zach Moss on day one.
I mean, we probably still do need the all-down bell cow running back, I'd say. Because I like Devin Singletary played really good football last year towards the end. But you don't get the steadiness from him all season, I wouldn't say.
You just look at the roster. Corner is the only hole, but running back is not championship caliber by any means. I mean, it's hard to justify early capital on him, but yeah. I mean,
it's only with
Christian Harris down the board. I like Christian Harris.
That's a great pick.
And he might be a good fit because he might not start or get much burn as a rookie, but he's still figuring out the position. He has all the tools in the toolbox to be a great linebacker, and you saw him putting it together towards the back end of that season in the college football playoffs, in the SEC championship game. Sits one here behind Tremaine Edmonds. If we don't sign him back, Christian Harris is probably ready to rock and roll at that linebacker spot.
That's a good point. I think you have to understand that we're not drafting guys to come play as starters on day one with our current roster, right?
There's not that many for the backgrounds.
And
you probably get a starter at corner, but that's about it.
Yeah, and if Andrew Boothkay or Elam aren't there, I'm all right with Christian Harris. Boys, we firing up Christian Harris here?
Works.
Like it.
He plays a little bit more downhill. I mean, I like Tremaine Edmonds. I was actually talking with my Uber driver the other day, driving me back from the airport. He's a big Bills fan, found a Bills fan here in Nashville, Tennessee. And he was like, yeah, I like Tremaine Edmonds, but he just doesn't play downhill enough, doesn't kind of make those impact plays. I kind of agree in the narrative of Martin Emerson just went to. Golly, the boys can't catch a break right now. Brian Asamoah slipping. I mean, just I want a linebacker who gets a little bit more downhill, can make some more impact plays. I feel like Tremaine Edmonds, the narrative has been he's young, he's still developing. I mean, this is not he's going to be his 5th year in the NFL now. Like,
you also have to understand I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, not that that's a great source of wise information. A lot of people saying, let's just do what the Rams did, trade every pick we have. Like we don't have to do that. We're not in a spot where we have to sacrifice future years for this year. We can do both, right?
And we have a quarterback, so it's like you don't need to sell the world for anything besides a quarterback, really, in my mind.
Jay, show what receivers are on the board here.
Got you. Kyle Phillips, Khalil Shakir. I like David Bell. Justin Ross is obviously a flyer.
Did Calvin Austin go already?
No, he's right there. Oh, no, he may have.
So, Wittig, you mentioned that. I actually love the idea of him or Wayndell Robinson as just a playmaker in the slot. I know we got J-Mo Crowder.
I think the same logic to the linebacker, applies.
Yeah.
We have J-Mo Crowder, but Calvin Austin his tape is phenomenal. He could easily be the J-Mo Crowder of next year, even better. I mean, you think about we have Gabe Davis, we have Diggs. We need a not quite a Tyreek Hill guy, but like someone of that style.
Yeah, and Cole Beasley played a massive role in our offense, but he wasn't as electric as a Wayndell Robinson or a Calvin Austin. Like those guys are like legit spark plugs with the ball in their hands. So yeah, I agree. Wayndell Robinson, Calvin Austin, both guys that really can make plays from the slot that I like.
Bean loves Calvin Austin too.
Does he? Does he?
I think he could go. I'd be pumped if that happens, but.
Yeah, him or Wayndell Robinson. Wayndell Robinson is my dog. I love him. One of the things on Wayndell Robinson's film that I think sets him apart is like the toughness. When you're looking to be a slot receiver in the NFL, you got to be able to catch and take contact. Yeah, he's undersized, but he is tough as nails in the middle of the field. That's what makes some of those elite slot receivers work out in the NFL, being tough, catching through contact. What are we looking for here, fellas? Your running back here, Zamir White? Damian Pierce.
Yeah, I like Zamir White. I think Zamir White would fit well with what we need. You need someone to get some less negative plays. We have a lot of negative run plays from our backs, I feel like. Well, I also don't know if Zamir is a big enough upgrade from B-Rob because B-Rob's really good.
This is a tough draft, boy.
This has been kind of a worst case scenario for the Bills. I really do think so.
I actually don't think Sean Ryan's a terrible pick because I think he gives some inside out versatility.
And Cody Ford, I heard, is on the block. So,
probably
what value is he going to get?
He's just going to get cut. He has to.
Bag of chips.
You want to go Sean Ryan? I'm kind of leaning running backs. I think that's more of a provide some. Like Sean Ryan's going to be a depth guy. There's probably not going to see the field much unless an injury happens. I feel like Zamir White, Damian Pierce, James Cook. I don't know if that's the kind of running back we're looking for. I feel like we want a little bit bigger of a body who runs harder.
If we don't take a corner, are you just thinking we just take 2 in late rounds? Because this is shaping out to think that we would actually have to start Dane Jackson in corner.
That is true.
Which, in my opinion,
Who do
is
we have
the
at corner?
absolute worst case.
And we've
scenario.
gotten sniped both picks. I mean, Martin Emerson went right before us in the second, or Roger McCreary went just right before us. Martin Emerson just went right here at 84.
Yeah.
So like just a tough fall. Kobe Bryant's a guy actually that I don't hate. I mean, it's a little bit of
too slow.
But he's not that slow, and the film's phenomenal. Like nobody.
He'd also probably still be there in the fourth.
Yes, I agree with that. I want to take Zamir White. I like Zamir White.
Do it.
Zamir White's a guy that he obviously had 2 knee injuries in college. He's a former top 10 prospect, a freak. He just runs right through you. And if we want to get a downhill back, I mean, Zamir White's probably one of the best downhill run hard backs in the class. And we got to go cornerback here, I think. I think it should be Kobe Bryant. Watch him go. Justin Ross would have not have been a bad pick, just as like a value pick, because I mean, the film of him as a freshman is nuts.
Hasn't been the same post injury.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like,
I don't know.
Makes it hard.
Never has been the same. Darian Kendrick's a guy that, I mean, he's falling hard just because he's not a good athlete.
Well, that's wildly concerning, I'd say, because you saw that he was getting beat a lot up top on film, and then
Josh Jones
a huge problem in that Chiefs playoff game is Dane Jackson just can't keep up with the receivers. We need someone physical at the line that can keep up with them.
Grabbing people.
I mean, Caleb
Barnes
ran the fastest 40 at the combine. If we're talking about speed,
good. I don't know much about him.
The film's not that good. He's a combine warrior. Are we going Kobe Bryant, or do you want to take a look at the best available here?
I think Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I kind of agree. He's a known commodity. He played good college football. His film against Alabama, like going against his speed, was good.
Yeah, he's a little slower than I think we need, but at this point, he's the best we can get.
My take on the speed of corners is like, especially looking at like how you're going to cover like Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill in Miami. It's like you're not going to find cornerbacks who can run with Tyreek Hill. I want a cornerback who's going to be very technical and put your hands on him. That's kind of my take, because you're not going to find a cornerback who can run with those guys. Put their hands on them, reroute them. I think that's the way you slow those guys down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think there's like a limit to how slow you can be. Like, yeah, you can get your hands on people.
But he's not past that limit, in my opinion.
Right.
Isaiah Thomas
he's not. No, he's not at all.
I like Isaiah Thomas. Leon O'Neal's been a slider. Any positions you want to take a look at? I mean, I don't hate Darian Kendrick, too, because, I mean, he's also a very talented guy with good ball skills.
It's actually kind of fair. Like,
and if we want to double up on corners, since
we would definitely do that. We very similar to what we did with Russo and
although I think I'd wait for him. I'd wait till next round, probably. Assuming we have a next pick.
What do you think about D tackle?
I do like D tackle. I've actually had Perion Winfrey go in our second round. I think we could get better there. And I was thinking about throwing out Travis Jones in the first round just because he's an absolute dog.
I said I wouldn't have given you
Johnny Ridgeway. He's tough as nails.
I like Edo, but
I like Edo. I like Jordan Phillips too. I think that kind of mitigated how much we need to.
That's a big get. It is.
That's huge get. Very, very.
Jordan Phillips is one of my favorite players in the NFL. He was part of like the resurgence. I always thought. I'm a fan of.
Do we have a Malcolm Rodriguez still on the board? I know he's been kind of moving up. Yeah, he's gone. I know you like Jacoby.
Is Jacoby McLean still on the board? Jeez. What are people hating on him for?
Undersized. Like 220. Devin Tompkins has got some light into him. Where are we going here, fellas?
Picked at 220 last year.
I kind of want to double up and go get Darian Kendrick.
I think I do too.
I don't think that's a bad pick.
I mean, he's a guy that he's physical, very, very handsy. He does not have the speed. But again, that's not his game.
You have to hit on one corner.
You have to.
But there were times he was very good in college too. So it's like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
You might have something if you can develop it. Who knows?
See, I wouldn't hate like a B-Rob here, and we pass.
That's my thing. We didn't need Zamir White so early. You get B-Rob.
Yeah, I agree. Or Hassan Haskins, like guys who run. I mean, talk about vision. Hassan Haskins has one of the best vision. I mean, we watched this. I know rolling his eyes at the Michigan running backs. I mean, Hassan Haskins, in terms of finding those every single hidden yard, like he does.
No, I don't disagree.
Love Hassan Haskins. That's a little Michigan bias though for sure. I wouldn't take a look at wide receiver here.
It's kind of nice sitting in the 6th round, just basically saying if we didn't have these 2 picks, it'd be fine.
Yeah, there's a slot guy.
Who, Slade?
I know he's not getting picked.
No, yeah, I don't think so either.
But
Ty Freifogel's a guy with a massive.
I do like Mekhi Polk. I think he's a good player. I don't know. It's a little early for him, but
try to go best available. Find a guy. Micah McFadden's going to be an ace special teamer. He plays the game the right way at Indiana.
Why is it? Because he wrestled?
No, that's Malcolm Rodriguez. He is a wrestler.
Do you guys think there's any chance we go through this whole draft, meaning on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, without drafting a receiver? Because I would not hate that.
I don't think we need to. We're loaded, especially with the emergence of Gabe Davis. I mean, like he's looking like he's going to be like a solid wide receiver too. And Dawson Knox coming together. I mean, we kind of set on the pass catchers. I do think
we could go slot. I think there's a good chance they get someone to play the slot.
Yeah, Wendell or Calvin Austin, man. I'm happy Whitty brought that up because that is those guys I like. Devin Tompkins, is a guy that produced. Let's go best available though. I think we just got to find guys.
Yeah.
Find a guy that just is going to help our team in one way or the other. Whether I know Whittig, you mentioned linebacker depth as a problem. Mike McFadden, I do like. I like Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is making it way down here. It's not.
I love Sterling. I love Sterling. And Whittig's gonna puke when I say this. You're looking for like a Kyle Hamilton type guy. Sterling Weatherford from Miami of Ohio, 6'4", runs a solid 40. He's got very good ball skills. Can come up in the box and tackle. Like his game.
Some uncertainty with Poyer being upset at his contract
true.
Too. Let's get some depth, safety depth. I'm totally.
You want to go Weatherford or Leon O'Neal Jr. D?
No.
Weatherford.
I don't know much about Weatherford, but I'm not a Leon O'Neal fan.
He's fallen a lot. He was supposed to be like a day 2 pick, and now he's kind of back end of day 3.
He didn't have a great year. So
dude, all the Texas A&M kids just ran so slow at their combine and pro day. It's like the complete opposite of Georgia. Every Georgia guy comes out, just runs blazing speed, and then just like
except for Darian.
Yeah,
our guy.
Well, that's true. He's a Clemson guy though.
Dude, you're kind of right about Haskins though. Like there's some decent running back value even late rounds.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm just like shy. Breece Hall was there and we got sniped by the cornerbacks. Like I do like Breece Hall a lot. I'm a little less high on Kenny Walker, but Son Haskins is a guy I like. I like Abram Smith a lot in terms of a guy that's just a former linebacker. He's gonna run downhill.
And Jalen Warren's really pretty solid.
Yeah, him too. CJ Verdell. I mean, there's some really good Kennedy Brooks. Some good running backs. We're not going to take another one, but just talking a little bit about some of the prospects that are falling. Jason Poe, a guy that's getting a lot of love. I don't know. Still, Brad Hawkins. We just took a corner. We just took a safety action.
Yeah, no. I also am not sure about him.
Who's going to return punts and kicks? Is Stevenson?
Oh, it's got to be that. It's got to be Stevenson, right?
Isaiah
did you
McKenzie.
watch him try and return punts last year?
Isaiah McKenzie should be their punt return.
They'll just have Micah Hyde just catch him, and they'll just not return.
I think I'd go receiver here.
You want to go receiver?
Even though I said we don't necessarily have to, I don't really know what else.
Yeah, I just filling out a roster right now. I mean, and that's the thing that I'm a little less apprehensive to like give up so much capital to be great year one. Cause like with Josh Allen at the helm, I just want to stack draft picks. We could be a dynasty for the next 10, 15 years in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to sell out for the Rams did to win one Super Bowl.
No, once you have a quarterback, you don't need to sell out like that.
And you need draft picks because you need guys on rookie deals. You can't just go afford to pay a lot.
You got sniped by Mekhi Polk.
I would also this is probably gonna sound stupid and crazy. I would take Arias, the punter, in the 7th. I think we're not gonna punt much. I'm not suggesting we have to, but having a punter that you can be confident in is semi-important.
He hurt us. That hurt us bad, the punting.
I mean, Matt Hack was disgusting to watch. Him, Cody Ford, and Zach Moss, essentially the 3 people on my list. Like outside of that.
Not Dane Jackson. Problem. You wouldn't put Dane Jackson on the list?
Yeah, I guess he only had one or two games.
That holding hurt me bad.
Yeah, I mean, that was still
I'll never get over it.
Can I try to sell you guys on Devin Tompkins, a guy that led the country in receiving, 1,700 yards, 579 snaps in the slot. We're talking about getting a slot guy. We miss on Wayne Dell and Calvin Austin. This dude.
Did I say he weighs 155 pounds?
Yeah, it did say that. I wasn't gonna highlight that, but it did say that. Put some weight on him. Let's take him.
Fine. I don't know much about him, but if you
I
like
take much to sell me on a 7th rounder receiver.
Yeah, right. And we
I
can
don't know
take
a single name
pushing
at this
back on
point.
that. I want to see if Arias gets drafted or however he pronounces it.
He's gonna get drafted. I know Jordan Stout from Penn State's also getting some.
Oh, he went to the Browns.
The thing is, the Bills aren't gonna
Freaking
punt. Like,
Browns.
we shouldn't be punting on anything.
Is Jacoby McClain on the board?
Let's check.
Because I
There's some
want.
decent linebackers in the late rounds.
Even Jack Sanborn is really not a bad move here.
Jeremiah Gamble-Dill, that's our guy.
That hurts.
Chance Campbell, dude. I love Chance Campbell. He's a smart linebacker.
Very Josh Ross, though.
Yes. Jeremiah Gemmel was dubbed the general at UNC, which I love that nickname because he's the captain of the defense. You want to go Sanborn or Jeremiah Gemmel? Sanborn. I mean, he's also a guy that's been around for what? I feel like that dude's he was playing with Zach Bond.
He's played good football at times.
For a while.
He didn't kill it this year.
Dill, you're a Sanborn guy, but not a Chanel guy.
Yeah, that's questionable.
Well, I mean, we're talking about Chanel in like the 2nd round, which is crazy.
That's
I mean,
Vinny Gray's a guy that I actually don't mind as a project because like he actually is a good prospect that just has horrible ball skills, and you like teach him how to like not panic.
But they did get way better, so it's like he's making strides.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here's our we got 2 D minuses. They do not like the SEC guys. Tyler Linderbaum's an A. It's wherever he's going to get picked, it's going to be
an F. That's actually funny.
The PFF just destroyed us. See, Zamir White we might have reached on. Kind of looking back, maybe we don't go Zamir White. I wish we kind of could get a cornerback at 25.
Again, like you have to understand if this situation happens, Dean's going to be moving in and out of rounds. Like he's not going to be taking
I agree.
These picks, and we don't know like what teams are offering stuff like that. So, I mean, we kind of got screwed in the early rounds. I'm surprised Kobe Bryant's a D+ here, but
that's okay.
PFF.
So yeah, I kind of agree with Wittig. If we're at 25 and those 5 cornerbacks, Booth, Elon, McDuffie, those 3 guys are all gone, we're not picking at 25.
I think it should be a must trade back.
Yeah,
like,
I
sure
agree.
Linderbaum's great, but you could grab a linebacker and corner in the 2nd, or linebacker and running back. I mean, we wouldn't be missing out on some of those 2nd-tier corners if we trade into the 2nd round.
Yeah, and if we get like 3 or 4 picks, and like if we trade back with Seattle and get 3 picks now, our pick and then 2 Seattle picks in the 2nd round, like we take a running back there, like Breece Hall, I'm not complaining. But if it's our only 2nd round pick and we take running back with some of the good linebackers, potentially good cornerback on the board, little less happy about that.
I do think I'd be surprised if we ended up taking 3 SEC guys, but
why?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't go
Dean tends to find more diamonds in the rough. Like he's
like a Devin Tompkins.
Yeah,
I love Devin Tompkins. He's kind of my guy. All right, boys. Appreciate you guys jumping on, especially you, Wittig, jumping on, taking the Bills mock draft with us. Again, this is kind of worst case scenario, but this is why you do the mocks, see what the cases are. We've run a lot of Bills mock drafts, and there's not been a lot of scenarios where there's not a cornerback that falls.
One of them has to make
One of them has to
happen.
Again, I think Trent McDuffie, if he's there at 20, trade up, go get him. Trent McDuffie's my guy.
I mean, in this situation, Dane Jackson is starting the corner, so that's not a win. That's not a win.
This was not one of the best mocks out of the boys. It wasn't necessarily our fault. It's just the chips fell kind of in an unfortunate spot. Again, appreciate you guys taking the time watching us break down the Bills mock draft. We'll be back with a lot more mock drafts as the week continues. We're coming out with the NFL draft prop bets as well. Again, and watch out the live stream Thursday night, live stream NFL draft watch party. Wittig probably going to be popping on too. Haven't asked him about that. Kind of sprung that on him.
That's an ambush.
That was an ambush. He's now forced to come. But again, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys taking time watching us. Again, if you like the content, go subscribe to the channel. Talk to y'all later. Peace.